everyone. Welcome to Freethinkers Fireside, where we put the human and humanist one cozy chat at the time. I always say we, but it's me. Anyway, hope everybody is having a great Tuesday. My name is Helen, also known as Hell's Bells, and I'm having I'm doing 3 shows this week, and I'm doing 3 shows next week, since I'm packing it in before I go to the ACA back cruise and go on vacation next week. So I am prepared. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a great Tuesday. I would like to introduce my guest, Captain DadPool. So let's say hi to Captain DadPool. Hi, Captain. There we go. Hi, honey. How are you?
Sorry, I was doing something.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. So thank you so much for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. So
thank you for inviting
why
me.
don't you tell the people who you are, what you do, all that wonderful stuff.
Yeah, so I don't do a whole lot these days, but there was a time where, I was kind of a big deal. I don't know if you heard me counting. No, I grew up in a very religious background. I went to Bible college because I wanted to be like a Bible scholar or pastor or whatever. I was obsessed with the Bible. I wanted to know a lot about it. And my education ultimately led me to deconstructing from my religious upbringing. Because when you get to Bible college, one of the first things, this is my experience anyway, one of the first things they tell you is forget everything you learned about the Bible in church. Because it's probably all wrong. This is from a Christian university.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. And so as like the years progressed, I learned more. I left with more questions than I had answers. And I graduated, was still in a leadership position at a church. And there's a certain point where I was like, I don't think I can honestly call myself a Christian anymore. Like I've stopped believing so many things where it's like, I don't think it's fair I don't have that label anymore. It doesn't make sense. And then like a few years later is when I completely stopped believing, just a couple of years later, I just completely stopped believing in God. Because your deconstruction out of religion is very different from deconstructing into atheism. I don't like the way that's worded, but you get what I'm saying.
I always say you can deconstruct religion, but you may still hold on to belief. You might still believe in a God or maybe something ethereal. Deconstruction means you're just looking at your religion, going based on my own morals or values.
There's plenty of people who deconstruct from their religious upbringing. Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What?
Deconstruct from their religious upbringing and end up being progressive Christians.
Yeah. So, I don't.
It's fine, I guess. It's not my thing. I don't entirely get it. But...
No, but I would rather have those people than the right wing, the Christian fundamentalist people. Okay, we align in values. We can talk about philosophy, but we if you're for human rights,
please. Haven't seen
I will hang out with the people that that care about other human beings over, because if there's an atheist that's an asshole, I don't want to hang out with him either. or her or they.
They're absolutely toxic atheists in our community. I don't want to be associated with them either. So they're plenty of progressive Christians I'd rather hang out with. What are you drinking?
I am drinking, I'm drinking Malbec as well, but I'm also drinking a lavender limeade kombucha. So it's very yummy. So my husband picked it up for me. So good husband. And I'm having lots of Malbec because that's I can't do a podcast without wine. Hi,
Ben. Dr. Ben.
Dr. Ben's here. Yay!
I've been told before that I'm not nearly as fun during streams when I haven't been drinking. And so ever since then, I'm like, okay, I'm drinking every stream I do from now on.
I like to drink enough where I have a nice buzz, but not so much that I'm sloppy drunk. Only if I'm on Ben's Twitch channel. then we're playing stupid games. Then I'll be sloppy drunk.
Oh, I watched Ben's channel a few times because I'm a big Twitch junkie, and every now and then he goes live, and
that is the only time I go on Twitch.
I'm a big lurker, Ben. Sorry, I don't say anything in the comments, but sometimes I'm there and I watch and I enjoy it.
I love Ben. He's one of my favorite people. It's funny because when I started,
I got to meet Ben in person. He's really cool.
I have met him in person. He's and we're gonna hang out. I'm gonna hang out at his house in a couple of weeks. So I'm very excited. So and we're gonna get very drunk together.
Ben, is your cat okay?
What?
But Ben was having problems with his cat. Is he?
His Sushi passed away, but he now has a new pupper named Henry, and he is the cutest little dog in the world. I'll see if I can find a picture of Henry. I'll show you. He's so cute.
Yeah, I remember seeing bits and pieces of that, but I didn't.
The saga.
Yeah. One of those.
Yeah. So I'll find a picture of the pupper. He is super cute. I'm not a dog person. Like I have cats, but I'll make exceptions for certain dogs.
I'm the same way. The older I get, I used to be both a dog and cat person, and I would call it ambipedstrous if you're a dog and cat
ambipedstrous.
But like as I've gotten older, I'm like I love dogs, but I'm much more of a cat person in my later years. I have 6 of them.
So this is Henry.
Oh,
isn't he cute? So he's bigger now than when he first got that dog, but I can't wait to meet him because I will give him lovin's. You know, like I'll give your dog love. I just don't want a dog.
Yeah, same.
Because to me, it's like having a very furry toddler.
Yeah.
And I don't need I already raised children, so I don't need a toddler. Cats are the best pet for someone like me. They give cuddles and they don't demand attention. Well, they do demand attention, but it's kind of like not as intense as a dog. So
yeah, pretty much. So what is your upbringing experience? Because I'm not familiar with it.
I was raised Catholic, and then I was and I did that till about 23, 24. And okay.
Oh, that was recent.
Oh no, I'm 48 now, honey.
You said 23, 24. I thought you meant
no, I meant like 24. My age. Sorry, 23, 24.
Okay, that's fine.
I thought you were giving me a compliment, and I was like, oh, that's
you do not look 43. Is that what you said?
Thank you. So I was raised Catholic, and then when and being a queer teenager in the 90s, like I started to slowly not buy it, but being Catholic is such a huge core identity to my family that it was a little harder for me. It was more community than because after a little bit I was like, I don't know if I didn't deconstruct from God, but I thought the Catholic religion was kind of bullshit because I didn't understand why murder and having sex before marriage it's the same sin. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because I was already sexually active at around this time, and I was I might have definitely been having sex with girls, but that being said, I know it's shameful. So it didn't make a lot of sense to me. And then but the thing that really was the final nail in the coffin was the Spotlight scandal in 2002, because I had 2 young children, and our diocese.
I remember was the
diocese that it came out in.
Oh my God, I remember that. Very
my CCD priest unalived himself when that scandal came out. So
holy shit.
So that's when I left the church officially. I was like, I'm done. And then I was pagan for 13 years, and I was leader in the pagan community for 10. And then I've been completely out of belief for about 6, coming up on 7 years. So
yeah, we're kind of on the similar timeline. I have the date I became an atheist on my wrist in Roman numerals.
Nice.
It's January 10th, like 2018. I can't read it.
Yeah, mine was around 2018, 2019, right around there when I was like, I'm like, all this is BS. All of it.
Yeah.
So what was your deconstruction like?
So, similar to your Catholic upbringing, my upbringing was charismatic Pentecostal.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking in tongues, casting out demons, all that
You're the
stuff.
fun ones.
My earliest divergence from my denomination was the issue of tongues.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's 13 fundamentals in the Assemblies of God, and one of them is the speaking of tongues is the initial infilling of the Holy Spirit. So, like, you're not filled with the Holy Spirit if you don't speak in tongues. It's like, okay. But the tongues that the church practices is like the mindless gibberish that you hear. That's not what happens in Acts chapter 4 or 3. I can't remember now. What happens with the tongues of flame appearing above their heads in the upper room in Acts chapter 2, is they start speaking another language that they're not previously knowledgeable about. And the story goes, the people outside the building could hear them and understand them, and they didn't know. So it's like, okay, so if this type of gibberish that we're talking about is that this is not that. This is not that.
Right.
You know, like strictly biblically speaking, I'm trying to be a good Christian boy here. I don't see how these two things meet up. And I never got a good answer to that. It's like, okay, whatever. This is, one thing I'll just ignore that, push it to the back of my brain for a while. I went to Bible college, and one of the first things I learned is the Gospels were not written by eyewitnesses. That's something that was hammered into us ad nauseum in my church, like service, Sunday school, youth group, young adults group. We always talked about that. These are eyewitness testimonies. And then I get to college with actual scholars, and they're like, yeah, no, they weren't. I'm like, hold on, what? And then they show us all the evidence. I'm like, okay, I need to. This is a lot to process. So, and there was little things like that, and then you learn like the modern concept of hell is not in the Bible.
That is very Catholic. The modern concept of hell.
It is.
Let's thank Dante.
I could talk about that. It not really Dante. Dante comes much later. Dante is 16th century.
14th? No, wait. 14th? Hold on. I'll ask the Almighty God Google, and I will find out.
It's much later.
See, like I always associate, like I think because I grew up with so much Catholic art, and a lot of that was inspired by Dante. So like those modern concepts are linked to my brain.
The Inferno, yeah, huge fan. But so this is like even if it's 14th, 16th century, whatever. There's a text called the Apocalypse of Peter, which dates to 3rd century. It's kind of like this is like the first text where torture is vividly described in the afterlife. This is the very first time.
Oh, really? Okay.
About 300 years after Jesus' death. This is where, like, if a woman had an abortion, she was hung by her hair while the souls of her children, like, ripped apart her legs and things like that. Like,
wow, that's fucked up.
If a man committed adultery, he was hung by his genitals. And the Apocalypse of Peter. Read it. It's wild. That's where this first started. The Inferno by Dante Alighieri was kind of like built on that idea and expanded upon it. But that's not where it started.
Okay.
Like, it started in like the 3rd century-ish.
So Dante was born, he lived between 1265 and 1321. So that would be the
okay, so even earlier,
13th century, 13th century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, timelines are hard to keep up with. But yeah, in any case, yeah, like 3rd century is where this idea was first introduced. Like before that, it was you either get rewarded in the afterlife or you just disappear entirely. Like there was no punishment. And even prior to that, it was like you disappear. It doesn't matter how good or bad you were on Earth. You just vanished from existence, which is what atheists believe, right? So yeah, just all that to say, back to the original question. Yeah.
So okay, so we got sidetracked. It's fine. The ADHD is strong, but so you said that you went to Bible college, and you were going to become a pastor. That was like what you wanted to do when you were a young Captain DadPool.
Yeah, I was obsessed with the Bible when I was a Christian. Like I read it nonstop, and I got recognized by like the elders of my church. And so being charismatic Pentecostal, I had elders come up to me and be like, you know the word of God really well. The Lord has placed a calling on your life to teach his word. And me being, I was in my very early 20s at this point, desperate for attention, like recognition, like, oh my God, I would be honored to please serve the Lord in this manner. So I went to Bible college and took out a bunch of student loans, because that's what you do.
I'm still swimming in debt of mine.
Same. Nelnet can go fuck themselves. They're not getting a single dime from me.
Oh, I've hit the. I'm going to be in debt for the rest of my life. I'm going to be defer.
But yeah, so that's what it was just like people that I considered my spiritual superiors that I looked up to suddenly coming and being like, the word of God. God has placed a calling on your life. You need to pursue this. And I was like, okay, I'm young, stupid, desperate for answers. This is what God wants me to do. So, didn't get to say this earlier, but I went to Bible college for 2 years and I couldn't afford it anymore and I got kicked out. And so I was like, this is God. They told me God would provide for me. If this is his plan, I can't take out more. I've already taken out a bunch of loans. I can't take out any more. I've tried. It's like, so I joined the Army. Because
wow, okay.
Yeah.
My son's in the Army.
Is he?
Yeah, he's serving in Alaska.
Oh, poor soul.
Yeah, like, he didn't get to pick, but it's a non-deployable state, so he has that.
That's why most people choose to go to Alaska. Despite the harsh conditions, they're like, we don't deploy. Yeah, that's.
And he has a very easy job. His job is that when the trucks come in after. Because they go from the base to the airport, the military airport, to bring supplies, and then they drive back. And he checks the trucks for any sort of things that need to be repaired, and then he tells the mechanic that is his job. Yeah. So I'm like, sweet, and he's making more money than I am, so like close to it.
So. When I joined the Army,
I'm sorry. I got distracted. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm gonna say when I joined the Army, I joined the infantry, 11 Bravo, the grunt. Because it's like, if I'm gonna join the Army, I'm gonna do like the real shit, front lines. And I got immediately sent to Iraq. I was there for a year, and then I got out. Anyway, all to say, even as an infantryman deployed, the mechanics and the cooks. They work 3 times as hard as we do, 5 times as hard as we do. Like, so yeah, that's not like an easy cake job. Like they work so much harder than we do. We get shot at sometimes, but we only work like 2 out of 3 days a week. They're awake before we are, and they go to sleep after we do. So anyway.
It's like being a cook on a cruise ship.
I've heard that. Yeah.
It's like 60 to 70 hours a week.
Hey, Will.
Yeah, Will's here.
Right,
do you know Will?
Yeah.
Will's a wonderful person. I consider him one of my one of my very favorite people. So
Will's good people. We got to hang out recently at the Norse Forge gathering.
Nice. That's really cool. Yeah, he's a wonderful person.
His daughter wanted, it was like a Renaissance fair type thing. His daughter wanted the fairy like strands in her hair.
Yeah. Hair wrap.
Not really wrap. It was just like strands. I don't know.
Yeah, it's still called a hair wrap because they wrap the fabric around the strands. Yep.
So she wanted those, but she was nervous about it. So I was like, how about this? I'll get it if you get it. So I went and got like 12 or 20 like strands of like glittery things put in my hair, and then she did too.
Oh, that's cool.
It was fun times. Yeah, Will's good people. I like him.
Keep talking. I had to let my cat out because she's being a whiny bitch. So
yeah, go ahead. So you were asking about my deconstruction earlier. Yeah, basically throughout the course of my education, like just one belief fell after the other. Like I was never a young Earth creationist. I never believed the Earth was 6,000 years old. And eventually I stopped believing that Noah's Ark was a thing that happened like before college. And then I got to college and I started to like question the Exodus. Okay, maybe the Exodus was allegorical because there's no historical evidence for it. And like the more and more you learn, and eventually got to the point where it was like, Jesus wasn't born of a virgin, because the original word in the Hebrew text just means ha'alma, which is young woman. It doesn't mean virgin. That term was translated from the Greek in the Septuagint, but the original Hebrew does not say that. It's like, okay. Just lots to unpack here. So eventually, like I go with even as a diehard Christian, I went with the evidence because I wanted to understand the Bible as accurately as possible because it was God's word. Why wouldn't you want to? Mm-hmm. If you believed it was God's word, why wouldn't you want to understand it in its purest form? That was always my thing. And that got me to be like, how do any of you believe this shit?
Right.
There's so much that doesn't make any sense. And yeah, so yeah, eventually it was just like I said earlier, it was like, I don't think I can honestly identify as a Christian anymore. So yeah, that's kind of where that went. And then fast forward a little bit, the Pandora happened, as we're all familiar with. I have 4 kids at the time. Mm-hmm. 1 was in elementary school, 3 were in daycare. Suddenly, daycare and school were shut down, so I was alone with all 4 of them all day, every day, and I was just losing my mind. And I was like, "Hey, what's this?"
That's going to happen to you.
Yeah. I was like, "What's this TikTok?" I'm just looking for things. Like, I'm curious, what's this TikTok thing all about? So I started like watching videos. Like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. And then I started making like a couple of random videos. And one day, for those who aren't aware, you can stitch a video, which means you can play the first 5 seconds of a video and then react to it. So one day, I responded to a pastor who asked the question, those of you who were in the faith that have left, what caused you to leave the faith? So I stitched that and I was like, I was a Christian my entire life until I went to Bible college. I graduated with my degree in biblical theology, and now I'm an atheist as a result of the things that I learned. That video went viral, and I achieved unexpected internet fame. I woke up the next morning with my notifications.
How many views did you get on that first video?
It was like, I don't know what it is now. Yeah, I have no idea. But when I woke up,
people were taking notice.
Yeah, when I woke up the next morning, I had the notifications. It was like 99 plus.
Wow, that's impressive.
Because it doesn't go above that. And I was like, did I fuck something up? Did I?
What did I
do? What is happening here? And I checked my messages, and I got just like shit tons of questions. And people were like asking me questions that like that I could answer, but like I didn't think anybody cared about. Like for years, it was like I have the most useless database of knowledge in my brain. You know, I wasted my entire life on this degree, and now people are like asking me questions. Like I can answer that question. Like, hey, my pastor, I have this question about my pastor, and nobody in my church can ever answer it. Do you have the answer? I'm like, yeah, I do. Do you actually want to hear it? So eventually I just kept answering those questions, and my following grew, kept growing and growing. And yeah, here we are now.
Oh, I know. I think that's great. Well, it's funny because, like I don't have the scholarship in any sort of biblical shit. Not at all. But my background's in psychology. So I tend to look at these things from a psychological place rather than like a theological, more because like you take a bunch of psychology and philosophy courses, things happen to your brain.
Oh, yeah.
So once I am I using my degree for anything? Fuck no. I'm not. I mean, like I'm using it, but I'm not working in it.
Not like you don't have monetary.
I'm not a therapist or anything, but I still like I'm actually learning. I'm giving myself a self-study course using ChatGPT, and I'm gonna on social psychology because I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay the money to go back to school, but just to learn, because I find social psychology very fascinating. So that like I study psychology as a hobby.
Yeah.
Because it's the thing I'm interested in. Because I like to learn shit. But anyway, like when I'm looking at it from, but I'll sorry, switching. I was going somewhere with this. But I do I haven't done in the past couple weeks because my internet's been kind of bitchy, but I usually try to go on the ACA TikTok and I'll do a live and talk to people. And when I'm using my because I'm well versed in apologist arguments because I've heard them for so long. And you don't really need to have like biblical knowledge for that. That's just like, like how do we know this is true? And, and let me point out a couple issues with your argument and, and those kind of conversations. There's a part of me that really wish I did have some biblical understanding of things, because sometimes people will throw things out at me and I'm just like, I'm not familiar with that story.
Well, that's fair. Like, I have that problem with philosophy. Philosophy is kind of an Achilles knee to me. Yeah, get boom, little joke there. Okay.
Yeah. I got it.
Philosophy is kind of an Achilles heel for me. I've taken classes on and I've read plenty of it. It's just something I've never like fully grasped or really become interested in. So like people like Matt Dillahunty who can like dive into these topics like philosophically, like that's like a superpower to me. I can't do that. I can't do that.
J Mike's really well versed in philosophy. Like
J Mike is,
and I'm just like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like he's so smart, and I'm just like, because he studies it as a hobby, and I'm just like, wow, man.
I've met J Mike before. I've had conversations.
We're gonna be sharing a house together. We're going to Backers. I'm so excited.
Slow down. Like, I'm a history guy. Like I need you to like break this down Barney style for me.
Like explain to me like I'm 5.
Yeah. Exactly.
But the thing about philosophy, you cannot explain it like you're 5.
Yeah.
Because the next question is like, what does it mean to be 5?
Is 5 even a real age? If a 5-year-old was thrown into a box with an explosive and you weren't around to see it explode, would the 5-year-old still be alive?
It's Shorter's 5-year-old. Is it 5 if you're only observing it?
Yeah, that's kind of the wonderful thing about our community is there's people who are able to tackle these issues separately in their own like areas of expertise, or
right.
like I can't do what J Mike does. I can't do what Forrest Valakai does.
No,
but they can't do what I do.
Right, and I like I don't think like
so we
and
all
people
kind of have
can't do
a
what I
role to
do.
play.
Yeah. No, and I think that's good because like everybody's got a flavor, of the person that's going to affect them. The reason why I do what I do because there's not there are women in the spaces, but there's not a lot of us, and I being a queer woman in her late 40s, not a lot of us, and I like filling up that space because I'm just like, hey, and I'm smart. I like to think I'm smart, and I think that people want to see people that look like them, and it's and like
yes.
I love my love my cis straight men. I do. Too many of you motherfuckers.
Oh, I know. Oh, believe me, I know.
I love some diversity.
I am not offended at all.
Because people want to see people that look like them. They're like, if I hear one more cis straight guy tell me, explain the cosmological argument to me and why it's wrong, I'm like,
yeah.
So we were talking about. So this is getting into our topic actually because I wanted to get into your background. So, like the reason why I was asking you, like, what. Because you went to Bible college and you looked at this whole thing, you're like, this is all a bunch of bullshit. What is the thing that like there's probably several, but what is like the top number one thing in biblical theology that you're like, this is insane that anyone believes this?
Yeah, that would be the idea that the Gospels are written by eyewitnesses. Again, like I said earlier, that was something that was hammered into us day in and day out in church. And then when I got to college, and they were like, "Yeah, no." And I tried to fight this, and I looked and when you compare the Gospels to like other ancient literature that's written in and around that time, you're supposed to identify yourself.
Okay.
That's how you establish your writing as credible.
Right.
Like you say, like Paul did, right? Paul wrote his letters like, I, Paul, a disciple of Jesus Christ, bond servant, Roman, citizen, whatever he said.
Right.
That's how you started a letter in that time. That's how you told the audience who's reading your letter, hey, you should keep reading.
Right.
And it went beyond that. Like there were so many like cases of forgery of people pretending, like saying things like that wasn't actually true. We have cases of like trials of people forging writings, claiming to be someone that they're not. And they got in trouble for it. They got executed for it. Not making this up.
Oh.
So then you go and read the Gospels and you're like, okay, the names Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are not actually in there.
No.
Like, pretty much at all. They're certainly not claimed to be written by Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. They're just like in bold print at the top. Well, that came much later in the Septuagint. If you read the text, they don't actually claim to be written by eyewitnesses. Even Luke, the longest of the Gospels, says, I didn't write this. I'm just writing this based off of, this is literally in Luke chapter 1.
I'm reporting.
This is what I've heard.
I'm reporting. I'm giving you an account of what I heard.
Exactly. You're picking up my phone down. But no one in the Gospels identify themselves in the way that like Paul does in his letters. Paul was a very reputable person. Everybody knew who he was. He had authority. So he made sure to mention that in his letters. Every chance he got. Paul was very full of himself. But
Yes,
the authors of the Gospels, if you like remove the title, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, from the big text in the top, you wouldn't actually know who wrote them because they don't identify themselves at all. So, like, that's one thing that I learned was like, okay, that's a big pill to swallow. Gonna have to take a lot of process that. Because that's what my whole like foundation was built on. These accounts are reliable because they were built on eyewitnesses. And then you come to learn, on top of that, even eyewitness testimonies were insanely unreliable. Take Hippolytus. Was it Hippolytus? Sorry, I think I'm getting my names mixed up.
And you know what? I wouldn't know. So and I'd be like, sure.
Okay, anyway, let's just fuck. I can't remember the details. Anyway, let's say there's an ancient historian named Hippolytus. Anyone in the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong, if y'all remember what I'm talking about. So this is a guy who claimed to be eyewitness. He was writing, he's a historian. He's writing around the same time, first century, and he said when he went to Ethiopia, the king there kept ants that were the size of dogs that he used to dig for gold for him, and he was an eyewitness to this. So it's like,
I want to say Gilgamesh,
really?
but that's not. I don't think that's correct.
Okay.
I want to say it was like it sounds like Gilgamesh, but I don't think that's correct.
It's
because,
not Gilgamesh.
Well, there's also extraordinary
Gilgamesh
claims
like
in the Gilgamesh.
1,000 years earlier.
Yeah. So like that was the earliest I could think of, but I know that's not correct. It's just the first thing that came to mind. Don't listen to me. I don't know history very well.
I could pull it up, but anyway, I'm rusty.
Ants the size of dogs. That's impressive.
Yeah, so things like that. So like we have several accounts of historians, even Josephus and Tacitus, saying things that they were eyewitnesses to that didn't make any sense. So like, okay, even if the Gospels were written by eyewitnesses, that wouldn't mean a whole lot. But they do not claim to have been written by eyewitnesses. They choose to remain anonymous. So it's like, okay, we're just supposed to believe the word of these anonymous authors, who, by the way, all contradict each other in their separate accounts. I could go into vivid detail on how they do that. But at the time, I was like, that's kind of a big deal. I have a problem with that. I was very good at like marrying the data with my own dogmatic beliefs.
Yeah, you have to.
But this was a time where I was like, I can't do that here. It's easy to do in the Old Testament for me, or the Hebrew Bible. When it came to the New Testament, when it's about Jesus, it was like, I can't. If Jesus is God in the flesh, this should not be an issue. I shouldn't struggle with this. It should be very plain, But what Luke says is very different from what Mark says, and what Matthew says is very different from what John says. And it's just like, okay, once you stop trying to like fit them all together, it starts to make sense. They're all separate authors who are trying to make separate claims that they're conveying to separate audiences.
Right.
That makes way more sense than, they're all talking about the same thing, just in different ways. Anyway, I'm rambling.
No, it's fine. I do want to tell you, I had an apologist tell me on TikTok that the contradictions make it true. And I said, that's not how facts work. And that was, hi, Jade. So that was the thing that was very like confusing.
Jade.
That was the thing that was very confusing to me, because I was like, that's not usually how people, like, if they're making a claim, they want to show consistency. you're saying contradictions make it true. And then like the next week when I brought that up and I heard him say it, like, I'm not crazy. I'm like, don't gaslight me because that's stuck. He was like, I didn't say that. And then other people that had been in that heard that conversation go, yeah, you did. Like, and I'm like, see, I was validated. But I'm like, and to me, like, I don't know how you square that. Like the idea that contradictions make something true. I'm like, no, that's not how logic works. So either you're gaslighting yourself or you're not being honest, like one or the other. Like,
yeah, and that's kind of what you have to do. Like to maintain this belief system or maintain your position in this belief system, you have to do those things. And for a very long time, I tried and was probably pretty good at it. But at a certain point, I was just like, so like, my minor was in apologetics. I wanted to be like, hold your laughter, audience. Okay. I wanted to be like the next William Lane Craig because I was obsessed with him at the time.
Okay, I'm good.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm a better person now. Don't judge me.
To be fair, I'm gonna throw you a bone. Okay. I don't like William Lane Craig. I think he's a butthead, but he does know his arguments. So like, it's not like he can counteract, I don't want to get into a philosophical debate with him because I'll fumble. So I know my limitations is a strength, everybody. Right. So like, he is smart. Is he a butthead? That too. You can be both. So
he's
smart. He's a smart man and he knows the shit. And also, but he's not completely honest. So,
but he's also very good at manipulating the data.
He's very good at manipulating, and if you don't know that,
as he does, so he can bend the data to his will, and the people who don't know as much about him will be like, "Oh wow, he wouldn't lead us astray. He knows what he's talking about," and that's the whole fucking thing with apologetics. They don't actually know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just really good at pretending like they do. So that's what I learned.
Kind of like a Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro, yeah.
He's kind of like that. Like Ben Shapiro, and also Ben Shapiro talks really fast. So like, he says one thing and you're like, wait, hold on. And then he's gotten to fight by their talk. William Lane Craig does that too. Like he'll mention one thing and then you're like, well, wait, hold on. And then you want to stop him, but then he's moved on to 3 other things that you're now thinking about that you're just like, wait, hold on. I'm like, I thought we were over here talking about the resurrection. Now you're over here talking about moral philosophy. Like, where are we on the path?
The thing about William Lane Craig versus Ben Shapiro is Ben Shapiro talks very fast and throws a bunch at you. Yeah. William Lane Craig speaks very passionately.
Yes.
Like he speaks to like, speaks emotionally.
He has a way of speaking to.
Yeah. That's his like. And it takes a lot, but eventually you get to a point where like, oh, he's fucking full of shit. He doesn't. So is Ben Shapiro. Like they don't.
I'm just going to share this because I think that's great. Thank you, trees.
I will always be okay with that reminder.
Ben Shapiro does not flood the basement.
Dude. Ugh.
At all. So, there's nothing sexy about that man whatsoever.
Like he would be
sorry. I don't want to associate Ben Shapiro with sex. I don't want those 2 things living in my brain. So you wanted to be the new William Lane Craig with your vast knowledge. So
what I was saying was, yeah. So I took these apologetics courses. That was my minor. I read God is Not Great by Christopher Hitchens and The God Delusions by Richard Dawkins. Alcohol's hitting me. I read them in school because they were not required texts. But like I was all about it. So it was like, I need to know my enemy, that kind of thing, And And then when I deconstructed, I read both of those books again. This was before we all knew that Richard Dawkins was a massive piece of shit. So put that aside. But I read them as a diehard Christian, and I reread them as an atheist, and was like, wow, their arguments are really valid, actually. Like everyone in apologist spaces would say, like, Dawkins and Hitchens, they just sound so cynical. They sound so angry. It's like, okay, but what about their arguments? We're not talking about those very much. Just you read them as angry? Okay. Temple is Beanie Shapiro.
I know, it's Beanie Shapiro. I love it. Temple, like he's a special
I need a
boy.
second to recover. Look at the trees. That was really good.
Beanie Shapiro.
Give yourself a pat on the back. That was really good. I haven't heard that one before.
The thing I love the trees is that if he's in my chat, he's in any chat, I'm gonna laugh. So no funny, like because I have people say they read the God Delusion by Dawkins, and I don't, and it got them on the path to atheism. Like that was before we knew he was a misogynist and a transphobe. That was like, but the thing is though, you can have someone make a valid logical argument, but the thing is though, there's still people, and some people are shit. So you know, you can, but you know, the thing that's so frustrating is that you're supposed to follow the science, like, and you're not, you know, and that's the thing that's pissing everybody off.
Yeah, that's what he used to do, like.
But now he's culturally Christian, which I have no idea what the fuck that means.
Like the book,
like I want to know what that means
because I'm not a.
Oh, he'll be back. But like, okay, like I well, like I didn't really read anything. Well, I read a bunch of, like, when I was a pagan, I read a bunch of historical mythology books about how, like, early religions and things like that, and that was kind of like my baby's first steps into like bullshit. So that was kind of like my thing. So the internet goblins gotcha, because you're making. We were making fun of Richard Dawkins. The internet goblins are like, you can't do that.
We're victims of cancel culture. Yeah. So.
So you read the God Delusion, and you found the arguments valid.
Sorry, kids are getting loud.
Oh, it's okay.
I had to tell them to shut up or I'd take their tablets, and they're loud.
You are a harsh parent.
I am. So yeah, like growing up, I like to think I had a lot of intellectual integrity. Like I wanted to believe what was factually accurate.
Yeah.
And that's what led me down the path that I went down. Like, if I saw something that I didn't find enough supportable evidence for, I was willing to drop that belief. No problem. But that got to a point where I was like, yeah, Christianity, I think, is entirely bullshit. Like, based on everything I've learned, like, I tried to gaslight myself into thinking I'm just not filled with the Spirit enough or something. Yeah. So eventually I was just like, yeah, sorry. Based on the raw data, none of this makes sense. And I've been dumb for the past 20 years.
I like, and this is the thing, like, you weren't dumb. You were just, indoctrinated into a belief system, and you had no other information to like get. And to be fair, I had other information. Like I was like Catholic. I had science class and religion class because the Catholics do believe in evolution and they do believe in science.
Yes.
So there's that. Also, I went to public school. So I had other information coming in that way. and even when I left religion, I was still pagan for 13 years, and I still thought there was some ethereal, like, universal unconsciousness, blah 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 blah, that there was some meaning, like I believed in reincarnation and shit.
Sorry, I'm listening.
You use your dad voice, I saw. So,
Yeah, I gotta turn the mic off, or else it'll like blow everyone's speakers.
yeah.
My dad
But
voice
like,
really is the stuff of legend.
So I don't think that like there so I don't like when people that they say they're dumb. I'm like, you just didn't have the right tools in your toolbox, and it took time for you to get those
that's
tools.
fair.
And I think it's better to say that you're dumb, because you're not dumb, you just don't have the right tools.
I didn't know anything.
Yeah, you didn't know any better. And then, as my Angelo says, like, you know better, do better.
Totally fair.
So that's why I look at it. I don't like people, degrading themselves for not having the information that they need.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yes, I do. Now it's a king now, Angie. Daddy.
You have to earn that kitten.
That's right. So did you graduate from school?
Yeah, I graduated from a Christian university with a degree in biblical theology.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not as exciting as it's good to just have a degree, because there's plenty of jobs that just want you to have a degree. They don't care what it's in. So like, it was helpful in that sense. But it was like, yeah, I don't want to be a pastor. Like you have to get like licensed as a pastor after you get a degree in my denomination. And I was like, I'm not doing that. There's like a separate test or whatever. I was like, no thanks. So it's not entirely useless, but it's like, I don't get to talk about the things that I'm educated on until I join TikTok.
So have you completely deconstructed at that time? Are you were you riding the fence? Like, where were you at that time?
I stopped identifying as a Christian maybe a year after I graduated. I was still a member of a church. I was still in leadership team. I was still playing in the worship band. I was still playing in the worship band. I played bass guitar.
Oh, you play bass? My husband plays bass.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not nearly as good as I used to be. I haven't messed with it in years, really. But yeah, there was a time I was decent, and that was just in like worship. And yeah, it was like 3 years after that where I like stopped believing and got altogether. So yeah, I've really only been an atheist for like 7 years ish. Yeah.
It's very like was your wife religious?
My wife at the time. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it had anything to do with her, honestly.
Okay.
So I see where you're going, but
no, I'm just asking because like my husband, my ex-husband, and when I say current husband, it sounds like he's the current one, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna see how this goes. Like I hate the way it sounds, because it's not like I have no plans to not be with him.
I'm going through my second.
But I say current because I'm like second husband. He's the second one.
Yeah.
Both of them never grew up religious, and because they don't understand, like also my kids, they're in their 20s, they don't understand my concept of being religious. They're like, this all seems very silly, and I'm like, I understand that.
That's a good
It
thing.
is.
Yeah,
But when you're in
right,
it, you don't think it's silly. You think it's perfectly logical that, that
when you're
God
immersed in
fired
that
out the
culture,
universe.
it all makes sense. Can you give me 5 seconds? I have to pee.
I can give
really
you 5
bad.
seconds. I can give you a whole minute if you need it.
A whole minute? Okay.
I can give you a whole minute.
I'll be back as soon as I can. I promise. I just gotta.
Yeah, go do whatever you gotta do.
I'm listening though. Keep the conversation going.
Yeah. So only one divorce was enough. I agree, Trees. Only I did it once, and if for some reason, if me and my husband do not stay together, I don't know what would happen for that to happen, but if it does, I am never getting married again because it was enough. I'll date. I will, might even be in a relationship, but I am not getting married again. It was enough. I did it once. I did twice. Like the divorce once. That was enough. Fuck that. I hate to that was a whole thing. I'm not gonna go into my past with my ex-husband. This is not what this show's for. Anyway, but on Thursday I'm gonna have David on our trauma. If you talk about religious trauma and recovery, because David is starting a new practice specifically dealing with religious trauma, so that will be a good conversation to have. And he also grew up evangelical, so it's very I will tell you all that evangelical and Pentecostals, all that stuff is kind of fascinating to me because it's not my background as a Catholic opinion, because it's just a totally different sort of belief system.
All right,
Um,
I'm back.
okay, cool. I was just babbling. What I was saying, this is the thing. I didn't really understand Baptists and the Protestants and the evangelical side of Christianity since
breaking
I
up
entered
really bad.
space. And my internet has been a fickle bitch the past couple.
You sound like a robot right now. I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It happens.
It's around the time the internet is not.
You sound like Eva from WALL-E.
Okay.
Which is actually a compliment. Because wood. Okay, y'all.
I was saying, so I'm probably roboting. There's something I can do.
No, you sound better now.
Okay, it's right around this time. I don't know what it is for my area. The internet, the connection gets weird. Anyway,
yeah.
But if you hear me now, great. Yay. Okay, so I was saying that I didn't really know about the charismatic Christian evangelical Protestant side of religion until I entered the space, because that seems to be the pool most people come out of, especially when they're dealing with religious trauma. I'm not saying that Catholics don't have religious trauma, but it's a different thing in their deconstruction.
I can. So hold on. You came to the States from Australia, right?
No. I'm just working with recovering from Australia. I volunteered with our for 4 years.
Okay, you're breaking up again, but I think I understood you.
I'm from here.
Okay.
I'm from the States.
Okay. So the concept of the charismatic Pentecostal denominations was foreign to you? Or was that something you had much exposure to?
I have friends that were in those circles, but I went to youth meetings and like that.
Sorry, I'm trying really hard to, but I can't understand you.
I know.
Again, it happens. It's all good, but
I know.
I'm invested in the conversation, and I want to hear what you have to say.
I know. Okay.
No, so it's just me now. So anyway, what I was saying about.
Of course it happened. Of course it did. Let's try this again. Hi. The internet's being
that's so much better. The internet? No, never. What? The internet is always consistent.
Yes. It's porn, everybody.
And you're frozen again.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Understanding you is a different story. You were good for like 3 seconds there. I also have to yell at my children.
Okay, my voice roboting that.
Yeah, you're. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Smooth Jazz with Captain DadPool. I don't even know where to go from here. I don't know anything about smooth jazz. I don't even know why I said that. I'm just trying to fill the airspace, as they say in the biz. Excuse me. Super thirsty. No.
Out. Oh, there it is again. Show on stream. Show on stream. Hi. It's gonna be one of those things.
It is.
I'm sorry.
Because even now your audio is very delayed.
I don't.
But I can still hear you.
It will fix itself. It will fix itself in a few minutes. This happens for some reason right around 8 o'clock.
I can deal with that. I can absolutely deal with that as long as I can understand what you're saying. I don't care.
Okay, cool. So. As far as like the evangelicals go,
yeah,
or Protestants and stuff. Like I only had somewhat exposure to that, like through a couple friends when I was in high school and when I was growing up. Though some of my friends were Mormon, I had much more exposure to Mormons than I did.
Oh, really? You're super breaking up again. I'm sorry, Alan. It's not your fault. I understand. I'm just. Oh, are you coming back? Are you coming back? No, it's just me now. Hi, guys. I was hoping I could talk to y'all for a second.
And again.
Ours extended.
Let's try this again. Okay. There we go again. It's gonna be.
I was just trying to come back.
I promise. Answer my question. It's in the chat.
What was the question?
How did you have much exposure to Catholics when you were?
Yeah. Yeah. So there was a period where I was kind of homeless after high school. I lived with a Catholic couple. And yeah, that was weird. Like I'm familiar with Catholicism, but they like had this ritual prayer before every meal.
Mm-hmm.
But then they were allowed to drink alcohol.
Yes.
That was weird to me because in the Assembly of God, you cannot drink alcohol.
You cannot drink?
No. Never. Ever.
Do you do communion? Yeah.
Even communion is just grape juice. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You get a little cracker, a little thing full of grape juice, and that's communion. And they're like, yeah, we don't drink alcohol. I'm like, but Jesus drank alcohol. And they were like, yeah, that's because he was God in the flesh. He can do that.
Oh.
I guess that makes sense. A little.
So you and Angier
Yeah.
have the same background, where I did not grow up Assemblies.
Oh, Jared grew up AOG too. Oh, dude. AOG is a special
special
breed.
place.
Real
You get it. Okay.
The brotherhood of the former AOG are over here.
Like I don't understand, because like I was trying to say, like I didn't get exposed to these other forms of Christianity until I dabbled a little bit. Like, one of my friends was Baptist growing up, but then my parents wouldn't let me go back to their church after they found out I was a Catholic. And then during one of their sermons, like it was a very small, like I'm in like culty church with only like 50 people, like very small congregation, and they started talking about how Catholics were burned in hell. And when I came home, like 14 years old. I said, like, be friends with your friend, but you cannot go back there. And I was like, okay. So that was, and then I have friends that were Mormon, but I didn't really find out about like evangelicals and and Protestants and Baptists until I got into the space. So
yeah.
And it's a whole different bag. Wow.
And the weird thing about
trees.
the crazy thing about how diverse the denominations are today, that like we've been talking about, in the first 300 years of Christianity, it was way more diverse than it even is today.
Oh wow.
It was crazy. Like all the denominations today kind of agree on, even though there's like thousands of them, they all kind of agree on some like things. The first 300 years after Jesus' death, those were not things. Nobody agreed on anything. Some people believed that Jesus was a spiritual being. Some people believed he was a being of flesh and blood. Some people believed he was God in the flesh. Some people believed he was a demigod. Some people believed he was the Antichrist. Some people believed, we have writings of all of these from early Christians saying all these different things, who are members of all these different churches. So it's like, as crazy and diverse, or as many denominations as there are these days, it's nothing compared to how it was right after Jesus died. Like, people went nuts with what they believed about him. And we have all the documentation to back this up. The early church fathers argued constantly about like all the like spiritual, like these are the titans of Christianity. They all hated each other. They all fought with each other constantly about communion, about baptism, about the nature of Jesus's body, whether he disappeared from the tomb or walked out of it in a fleshly form. Like, they fought constantly. We know all this.
Right.
So like when I hear all the modern day arguments, and it's like, y'all aren't even scratching the surface. Y'all have no idea. Anyway, not even sure where I was going with that. That was just a little rant there. But
if you're gonna believe things, you should know like your belief. Like, if you're gonna
sorry. Are you still there? Yes, no.
Aspects of
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't hear you. Welcome to DadPool ASMR. I'm going to lick my microphone now because apparently that's a thing that the internet likes now. Okay, I'm going to stop because that felt weird even for that brief second. Oh, you're back. Okay. No. Hi, everybody. You might recognize me as Captain DadPool from such videos as, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" and "Why the fuck would you believe such a thing?" Well, I'm here to tell you, friends. I don't have an answer for you. I'm just trying to fill the space. Mlem. So, what do you want to talk about? Yeah, I appreciate that, Onjair. Yeah, he is trying very hard. Boys, even whispering. It's all right. At least they're not blurting out racial slurs and profanities like they usually do. Just kidding. Or am I? We're back? Yes? No? You know, the thing about the Jews... I'm kidding. I was just hoping that would, like, pop something up. I'm trying to be more controversial these days. But I don't know what to say. Boys, for real, for the 1,000th time, I need you to actually be quiet. You have headphones you can wear. You can go upstairs. But you insist on being behind me and making noises. Why did I have kids, you guys? They're the worst. Totally unrelated note, which states have late-term abortion laws? I'm just curious. And now he's using the ice maker. Boys! What are you talking about that's so important? Please tell the entire internet right now. Go ahead. You get a free pass. You can say whatever you want right now. Donald Trump is president. There is no cancel culture anymore, except Stephen Colbert was canceled for criticizing Donald Trump. But anyway. Don't y'all want a snack or something? Why are you sneaking? You don't have to, like... You don't have to be anything. You're not even in camera. Just walk. Go to the couch. Right? Walk. See this big, like, green screen? That's blocking everybody from seeing you. So y'all can really do whatever you want back there. Y'all see what I have to deal with? Excuse me while I drown my sorrows. Oh, that's good. Not strong enough, though. Are we even still live? I haven't been paying attention. How y'all doing? If the show is over, play it back for them so they can hear. A few states have access for later term up to fetal viability. California, Colorado. A lot more states won't do it if it's past 20. Are there any states that allow abortions past, say, 12 years old? Just asking for a friend. Luckily, my kids don't know what abortions are, so I can talk about it. And they don't even know. They have no idea what I'm planning. Oh, it's going to be dark. Real talk, though, boys. Bedtime is in 45 minutes, so you all need to think about changing your clothes and brushing your teeth. Or Daddy will murder your family.
What the freak? What the freak? What the freak out?
Ah,
I'm mad.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything weird or incriminating.
You were talking about the Jews, man.
That was for a brief second.
Okay, all right.
That was just to drive views.
The Jews have all the funny people.
Yeah, that was just to drive views to the channel. I was like, the thing about the Jews is...
See that there's going to be a new Spaceballs movie?
No, I heard about that one.
Yeah, I'm so excited because Mel Brooks is going to be in it as yogurt, and I'm so here for it. At 98 years old, do you know how excited I am?
Mel Brooks?
Mel Brooks, yeah.
Speaking of anti-Semites.
Mel Brooks is an anti-Semite.
I don't know. I don't keep up with things these days. I'm just saying that because I feel like that's the popular opinion.
Yay! Hi, honey.
Hey, Anjer.
Might be over here.
Apostate sisters!
Yay!
No way. We have been great for your boys.
I think it's Patty. It's not my internet wife. Because
you will have a late-term abortion. I will sign you up for one.
I will sign you up for a late-term abortion. Hi, Patty. It's not my internet wife. It's just it's the second best thing.
Sorry, I had to mute my microphone while I was threatening my children's life.
You don't have
You're breaking up again.
Motherfucker. My internet is not letting me tonight. It's the internet. The internet goes.
Hi, I'm Captain DadPool. Welcome to ASMR, Atheist ASMR. While I talk to you about how God isn't actually real, He's just a comfort mechanism formulated by people who don't have answers to the big questions in life that they so desperately seek. I don't actually know where I was going with that. I was just ad-libbing. See, the thing about the column clause... Wow, I can't even ASMR properly. See, the thing about the Kalam cosmological argument is it doesn't supply a sufficient premise. The premise actually diffuses the collusion. God damn it. Conclusion. That's the word I was thinking of. Do I need to start over, or can someone come interrupt me, please? Tap my fingerboard. Hang on, I can adjust my mic. Can I just like... Isn't that what like people are supposed to do these days? Isn't that what makes the big bucks? Like lick your microphone or something? I read an article about it. I don't actually know anything about it. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Do you even William and Craig, bro? Yeah, that's fair. I'm just making shit up as I go. Metaphysics. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. It's almost bedtime. I said, you know what? I'm not even going to correct you. If you want to believe it's bedtime, y'all go right to bed. Okay, great. Yeah, thanks. Bye. Brush your teeth. Welcome to Life with Children. This is why I don't make content anymore.
Oh. Am I here? Am I here? Am I here? Can you see me?
For more than 5 seconds, you mean?
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah. I am sorry. Like,
no, I don't blame you at all.
I know.
I understand.
But I'm supposed to be a professional podcaster.
There's no such thing. There's
no such thing. Okay, so what were
some podcasters are better at bullshitting than others. That's really all it is.
Oh, for a bit. That was the last thing I asked you about.
What did you ask me about?
The Catholic couple you lived with.
Oh, yeah. Jesus. That
so
long.
When you were
and you're gone again.
Were you still Protestant at the time that you were living with the Catholic people?
Yeah, this was before I went to college.
Oh, okay. How was that experience?
Yeah, like I said, they had like a ceremonial prayer before every meal.
We didn't have that.
They drank beer afterwards, which was weird to me. Their daughter,
they drank wine, alcohol, and that was so. Are you not allowed to drink in this church?
No, in the Assembly of God, no, not at all, not even a little bit. Yeah. It's because it's a cult, and they don't actually give a shit about what the Bible.
Well, I know it's a cult, but
that's the thing, though. That's every denomination is they don't actually care about what the Bible actually says. They just make up their own rules and they make the Bible fit them.
Contradict. Also,
You're gone again. You look like a frozen vampire. Okay, you're gone now. Okay. So anyway, what was I saying? Again, it's my duty to fill the space. So you guys want to know a deep dark secret? Because I've run out of shit to talk about. I have a lady friend who bought me roses recently. And they react to the green screen. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. How many of you guys out there have a girl who have bought them roses, or who they have brought roses for? Words are hard, but I must be doing something right, y'all. Sorry, I'm trying, guys. What do y'all want to talk about? Give me something. I can't just talk. I'll just make an ass of myself. So please give me a subject to discuss. Oh, you're on the right side now. Is that where the connection is? It's not. It's not. It's okay. It happens. I get it. Yeah, it's okay.
So why not? Probably gonna get it up on my modem.
I mean, it's probably. Who knows the state of the internet these days, since it's all controlled by Elon Musk? Like, who knows? So I don't blame you one minute. I blame Elon Musk. So you're free and clear. Let's see how many of my kids are still awake, shall we? We got 2. Put your clothes on. This is a PG stream.
He only doesn't have a shirt.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, throw the snack trash away. What is that? Who's... I didn't say eat it. I said throw it in the trash. Right, and that's not even your blanket.
I don't think it belongs to anyone. Yeah.
Aren't y'all supposed to go brush your teeth right now?
It's 8.
It's 8. I told you to go brush your teeth. O'clock. So
it is 8:27. Still 30 minutes till it's bedtime.
I didn't say anything about bedtime. I said brush your teeth time. Right? Did y'all hear me say anything about bedtime? No? So go brush your teeth then. No. You can brush your teeth right now. Or you can go to bed right now. Your choice. You can either brush your teeth right now and then come back downstairs. Or you can not brush your teeth right now and go to bed. Those are your 2 options. I'm such a good dad. Oh my God. Y'all have no idea. Not so good at working at green screen, though. Seriously, I should write a book on parenting. I'm so good at it. Are we still even live? I haven't been paying attention. It's okay, Freethinkers. Take your time. I got this. I can work the crowd. Okay. Or y'all can just listen to me yell at my kids. Or you can watch me drink beer.
Hi.
Yay.
Hello. I'm back. Hopefully for longer than 3 seconds.
We'll see. But I don't blame you. I don't blame you either way.
This has actually been a couple of the worst nights I've had in a while. Because I had problems with oh no, you can't can you? Can you hear me now?
Yes, what's that?
Oh, he's yelling at the children. Okay. So I am so sorry, everybody. Like, but the past couple nights, like last night, I had apps on. I was supposed to be on the internet and again. I don't know why. It just seems to happen randomly. I have another show on Thursday. The internet doesn't like me tonight. I feel cursed.
It's been fun either way.
Probably because it's probably because I probably met somebody that didn't like me mad at them. Probably.
I didn't
But
even hear.
can you hear me?
What?
You great.
I can hear something. I don't exactly know how to describe it, but I can definitely hear.
You hear random shit.
Oh, there you are. Okay, now I can hear now. But that was
is it caught up?
last for 2 seconds, and then you'll sound like a robot.
Probably. I'm probably going to sound like a robot if I know the internet.
That's okay.
There it is. There it is. There it is. There's a face where it's like, what the fuck is Helen talking about?
Are we actually clear now?
Are we good? Are we clear?
Are we?
Are we going clear now? Oh my god.
Oh. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Sweet. Cool. Okay, like we're gonna go a little over because there was a couple questions I really wanted to ask you, and I didn't.
Oh, it's fine. We didn't get to actually talk a whole lot because we were dealing with technical issues.
I'm so mad. Like last night, I had to do like 2 separate streams because Alex was on about like progressive politics and stuff, and being like a city commander. I had 2 separate. Fuck you, Helen.
And you're
I was like, okay. Thank you for all of you for hanging out and like my stupid internet issues. I love you guys. So thank you. Love you so much. Deeply appreciated. Anyway, so what I was originally talking about was way back half an hour ago. You're making the dad face again.
I'm trying really hard to understand what you're saying is because you're still breaking up, but I'm trying.
Roboting. I need to talk like this. If I talk like this, really close the microphone.
I mean, you're louder now, but it's still the nicest line.
It's still not better. Okay. Fuck. I wanted to ask you questions about your Protestant background. No, I can't. All right, I'm open the chat.
It's okay. If you're having internet problems, like we can reschedule and continue the conversation like later. I'm totally willing to do that. I get it. Internet problems happen. I feel like we've been fighting it long enough that I'm just like, we can try again later.
I have been because I don't know what's going on with the internet being fickle. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I didn't even understand that. Again, it's okay. It's the nature of the internet. It happens. You're fine. You really are. Yeah, we can reschedule and try and continue this conversation another time. I have no problem with that at all.
Okay, I'll do that.
The internet's gonna internet, and then I'm okay.
I know.
Yeah, I was enjoying the conversation. I would love to continue it, but apparently the gods of the internet do not deem it so.
We'll do it another night. Another night.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Bye.